everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Jake Hernandez. Thank you for joining us here today. I'm one of the lead organizers with Texas Campaign for the Environment, and I am also a resident, everybody, of Corpus Christi. I've one of many community members working to stop today's salination and event. We've gathered you all here today because the city of Corpus Christi wants to spend excuse me, the city of Corpus Christi is trying to adopt a drought contingency plan that we feel does not adequately meet the water conservation needs of our community. As it is right now, there is curtailment language in the drought contingency plan. We do not feel that it will adequately help us recuperate our water resources, and that is a huge issue for us today. So we've gathered you here with a few very dedicated community members, and I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first speaker. She is a District 2 City Councilwoman, Sylvia Campos. She's also a longtime champion of the environment and of the community here.
Thank you so much for being here in this windy day. I was still trying to figure out what I was actually going to say. And then it just came to me. Can we first, let's acknowledge that water is more precious or more valuable than oil? Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, because you can replace petroleum products, but not water. So we should treat it as such. I stand here to let the 500,000 water ratepayers know that I am looking out for you. I have not been bought out by corporations that it continues to exploit the people. We still have a lopsided approach to this drought contingency plan. First, let's look at the elephants in the room, such as Whitfield, Citgo, Linden, Basil, Valero, Celanese, Calpine, Javelina, and the Santa Cruz Water. They have a current drought exemption surcharge, 31 cents per 1,000 gallons, with a 5-year notice to end it. It's time we ended this, and here's your notice. There is no incentive to lower their water usage except through the aggressive water. So if it's cheaper for them not to make it necessary, they're not going to do it. By the way, they started to lower their consumption once they realized they had their rates, which they're right now for being unfair. Talk about unfairness. No, who can get a deal like that? Not me or you. No. First of all, I'd like to thank Jim Pine for hosting our Corpus Christi Water Department for something we call listening session. And I have to say, we got to change that format as well. It's not just about listening, but we have to have real conversations with our water department. We also were even considered in the drought contingency plan. I'd like to chat. PSA, Chief Sierra Clubs, truck riders, and other local groups. Thank goodness some of the businesses are getting help. We are seen as an obstacle because we question logic. Now, help us be their friend. Demand we get a better deal. How would you have it? So on the proposed drought contingency plan. Now, I submitted. We need to have a percentage on the extreme. Every other city has, a percentage. We reach 15%. We're in stage 3, and you reach extreme. Decide what that is, and that has not been provided, and that is one of the main reasons that I'm voting against it. The other is we need to make sure that when we do reach that extreme, that we make sure that all great water users actually reduce their water. Okay, so that's all I needed to say, and I just want to say again, so much, Jake. Thank you to the other speakers. I'm sorry that I have. I know I'm leaving them in good hands. So, Jake.
Thank you so much to Councilwoman Campos. If we had city council members like her, more city council members like her, we probably wouldn't be in this situation right now. Next, I'd like to bring up our next speaker, Captain Brendan Heselton, who is a concerned resident and a small business owner here in the community. Brendan?
Thanks, Jake. Good morning. Thank y'all for being here. My name is Captain Brendan Heselton. I'm a fly fishing guide and the owner of Nueces Angling Company. So water conservation is critical in South Texas, and the residents of Corpus Christi have proven time and again that we are up to the task. This drought contingency plan unfairly places the burden on small businesses like mine and allows large industrial users to avoid consequences. Under this plan, industry can pay an exemption fee to avoid curtailment and surcharges, letting them use millions of gallons per day. Meanwhile, guys like myself are penalized for water usage like washing our boats and equipment off after a day on the water, which is incredibly important to operating and maintaining our businesses. The ongoing drought has significantly reduced freshwater inflows to the Nueces River Delta, threatening vital ecosystems that support not only the environment, but also key local industries like fishing and tourism. And without industry curtailment, the city's DCP makes it easier to pave the way for a disastrous desalination plant under the guise of shoring up our water supply. This energy-intensive process harms our environment and will be a huge cost to taxpayers. The real solution is mandatory curtailment and surcharges that disincentivize high-volume industrial users from consuming all of our water. It's time we get away with the drought surcharge exemption fee without holding large volume users accountable. We're taking one more step towards desalination, and that water will be sold to industry at the expense of residents, the environment, and our community. Our tourism economy depends on clean air and water, and as a guide, I see firsthand how crucial water access is to businesses and local communities. The city's plan needs to prioritize a water supply for residents and the long-term health of our bays by mandating industry curtailment before the water emergency stage, because at that point, it's far too late. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brendan. Next up, our next speaker is Jason Hale, another very involved member of the community and a member of the Coastal Bend Sierra Club. Jason?
Thanks, Jay. Hi, my name is Jason Hale, and today I'm speaking on behalf of the Coastal Bend Sierra Club. Our group represents people living in 18 counties around Corpus Christi. We believe everyone should have reliable access to clean and affordable water. That is why we are here speaking about the city's drought contingency plan, the water crisis that is currently unfolding. This drought is the record in Corpus Christi. According to the city's engineers, Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi So, like I said, according to the city's engineers, Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi will go dry next year. We are in a water emergency. Yet the city and its contingency plan does not take the measures necessary to protect the reservoirs that over 500,000 people rely on. The Coastal Bend Sierra Club appreciates several initiatives regarding the residential usage and surcharges. However, restricting residential usage will not slow the drain on the reservoir. These large industrial in order to make it. We think the DCP should not include the voluntary fee, or at the very least, should be extended to all users. We believe part of the reason we are here today is because CCW has refused to consider alternative owners. And we believe we are here today because CCW failed to make timely upgrades to the Mary Roads pipeline, leaving 20 million gallons of oil on the table for over 6 years. In summary, we should all be conserving water, but it is hard to convince residents to do that when large users are not asked to conserve. Why the Coastal Bend Sierra Club supports a residents first approach to water policy in Corpus Christi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jason. Up next, I'd like to bring in Mona Lytle, president of the Press Residents Association.
All that we are here to address. And again, my name is Mona Lytle. I am a resident of Hillcrest neighborhood. A neighborhood the city wants to build. They want to build it in a neighborhood buffer zone. The buffer zone was awarded to Hillcrest neighborhood after the refinery explosion in the 1900s. The city of Corpus Christi has taken Hillcrest buffer zone for the desal for the industry. What the city is doing, and not only to Hillcrest, to the rest of the city, with our water is wrong. WRONG, wrong. And it is very windy today. The drought plan needs to be put for all residents. The residents should be first. People of New County should be first, not the industry. We must listen to those with the real facts, not the city manager, not the water department, not the industry, not even the mayor. They want us to think that they are always right, but they're not. They need to listen to us as the citizens of Corpus Christi and the Nueces County. Because we want to survive, because we will be here. After their term, they may leave and we'll still be fighting. We need to be listened. We have water here, but if they will only distribute the water correctly, distribute the water to the residents and not the industry, we will have water. So we must all work together, listen to the truth, listen to the engineers, listen to all the different groups here that's trying to give you the correct information, not the politics information, but the true facts. We will have water and we will defeat this. Again, thank you for being here, and let's keep our water for the citizen, not for the desal and not for the industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Timona. And finally, I'd like to bring up our last speaker, Dr. Isabella Riza, one of the founders of For the Greater Good and another amazing community champion. Isabel?
Thank you, Jake. Okay, my name is Isabel Riza, and I'm the co-founder of For the Greater Good. And I'm here to say that the city's new drought plan is too little, too late, and completely unacceptable. The DCP isn't a drought contingency plan. It's a draining our community for profit plan. The plan does nothing to address the real culprit of this man-made water crisis. We are in this crisis because the city oversold our water and gave high-volume water users a drought exemption. Heavy industry can use all the water they want. From 2018 to 2024, they paid an extra 25 cents per 1,000 gallons for that. And now they pay an extra 6 cents for that same privilege. And in this new drought plan, the city still permits heavy industry to be exempt from drought restrictions. That is crazy. Our combined lake levels are at 17.2% and declining. And we haven't even hit the hot, dry climate, the summer months yet. You know, if you combine the reported water usage of Gulf Coast Growth Ventures, Vallejo, Flint Hills, Lyondell Basil, Citgo, and OxyChem, these 6 customers use almost 28,000 gallons per minute. The average U.S. household, the average household in Corpus uses 5,000 gallons per month. We are at a crisis, and the city is scrambling to bring more water supply in. They're using millions of dollars to do that. Instead of repairing leaks and replacing old pipes, projects that would actually help our community. Think about that. The water they are scrambling for isn't even for the residents. It's not for the schools. It's not for the hospitals. It's not for local businesses. It's for future high volume water users, for an industry whose labor force has declined 30% in the last decade. And it's projected to continue declining even as regional economic development groups report that those water guzzlers are going to be employing fewer people, and they're recruiting more and more of those industries to come into this area. We need to stop being held hostage to these special interests. Residents have already reduced their water usage by 10%. Are our water bills going down? No, they're not. In fact, the city raised our utility rates, and that's just going to keep happening. Residents are suffering, our small businesses are suffering, our parks are suffering. When will our suffering be enough? This new drought plan is not good enough. The city manager, the mayor, and the council members who were bought by these water guzzlers need to stop licking the boots of these special interests, and they need to start looking out for our residents. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Dr. Riza. That will conclude our press conference. Just one more time, I would like to highlight how this drought contingency plan is indicative of a bigger problem that we are being sold out by our city manager, by our mayor, and by our city council to these large companies that have no place here on this earth anymore. So thank you all so much for coming, and we will be here available for questions. We'll be in there making public comment in just a second. Thank you all so much. Right. Good job.